Hello guys, welcome to Lift Right Academy. This is case number 3, sling tension calculations when the slings are at an angle and attached at different levels on the load. Let's get started with case 3. For case number 3, let's use this weight as an example. Here the center of gravity is located towards the left, meaning that the load weight is not uniformly distributed. When lifting with 4 slings, all the slings align to the center of gravity, meaning that the hook block will be at the center. The goal here is to calculate the distance from the center of gravity to sling number 2 and to calculate the center of gravity, the distance from the center of gravity to sling number 1. Looking at the plan here, D1 is a distance from sling leg 1 to the center of gravity, and D2 is the distance from sling leg 2 to the center of gravity. We need to calculate D1 using Pythagoras theory, so we have to use this triangle here to get D1. D1 is equal the square root of 2 square plus 0.75 square. This will give us 2.14 meter. Then we have to calculate D2 using this triangle. So D2 is equal the square root of 3 square plus 0.75 square. This will give 3.09 meter. Having known the value of D1 and the value of D2, next is to calculate the length L1 using trigonometric ratio. Cos 45 will be equal to 2.14 divided by L1. So L1 is equals to 2.14 divided by cos 45. L1 will be equal to 3.03 meter. Next is to calculate our H1. Tan 45 will be equal H1 divided by 2.14 meter. H1 is equals to 2.14 multiplied by tan 45. H1 is equal to 2.14. Tan 45 is 1. Next is to calculate our H2, which will be H1 plus H3. So H1 is 2.14 plus H3, which is 1, and this will give us 3.14 meter. So this will give us H2. Next is to calculate our L2. L2 using Pythagoras theorem. L2 will be equal to the square root of 3.09 square plus 3.14 square. L2 will be equal 4.41 meter. Next step is to calculate the tension on L1 and also the tension on L2. So the tension on L1 using the formula T1 is equal 10 ton, which is the weight of the load being lifted, times D2 3.09 times L1 3.03 divided by H1 2.14 times bracket open D1 1.4 plus D2 3.09. T1 is equal 8 0.37. Done. Next is to calculate the tension on L2 using this formula. T2 is equal the weight being lifted, which is 10 ton, multiplied by D1 2.14 multiplied by L2 4.14 divide by H2, which is 3.14 multiply bracket open D1, which is 2.14 plus D2 3.09. T2 is equal 5.75 ton. The load being lifted by L1 is 8.37 and the load being lifted by L2 is 5.75. The load at L1 is higher because the COG is close to L1. Now we need to move to select the sling capacity, which is the SWL for L1 and the sling capacity for L2. We are going to use this formula. Minimum SWL is equal tension multiplied by consequence factor. We are going to use 1.3, which is 30% more. So for L1, the minimum SWL will be equal 8.37 multiplied by 1.3, and this will be 10.88 ton. For L2, minimum SWL is equal 5.75 multiply 1.3, and this will be 7.48 ton. Having calculated the minimum SWL for L1 and L2, so what we need to do is to check the site availability. If we have 10.88 or we have 7.48 for both slings, if we don't have, then we have to purchase. Thank you for watching this lesson from Lift Right Academy. If you find this helpful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming lifting and rigging tutorial. If you want me to cover more topics, drop your suggestions in the comments. Stay safe, live right, and I will see you in the next video.